Hey everybody, it's Scott O'Mato back for episode 10 of my Heavy Machines Let's Play. And guys, as you saw in the intro, I got all of this dug out, okay? For the most part, I believe I've gotten the deposit. If you look at the metal finder here, you'll see that it's pretty clear. All right, so the metal finder, I guess, just kind of points to areas around it. Now, of course, I'm getting, directions that's pointing me into possibly new ones. I think I actually saw one over here somewhere when I was searching, but that was the other one that we picked was a more ideal spot. But there was one somewhere over here, I believe. Right around here somewhere. Yeah, so that one might be lapis, I'm not sure, the purple, but this the continuous miner worked really well for that once we got a suitable size hole, as you saw, and I could just turn around and dig it out. So I pretty much got everything dug out. There were some caves. Now in future ones, once we move out of these spawn chunks, there won't be caves, but I just went ahead and lit them, and I have a mega torch up here. I created a mega torch for the mega torch mod, which will keep the mob spawns under control, which is very helpful while I was digging. So basically we got tons of ores, guys. Look at this. We got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 10 and a half stacks of straight iron ore. Then this is the blasted iron. So we got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and a half of that. So what, 21 ores, I think, 21 stacks of that. Okay. And so, we got some copper, pyrite, blasted coal. We did get some of the drilled stone, so some of it didn't explode, I guess, and you can pick it back up, so that's interesting. We got some wolframite, and just a bunch of blasted stone and stuff that I processed some of it, so I'll show you that. We can basically pick up this guy now. I'm done with him for the moment. And so this worked out well. We're going to try to fill it too with the buckets. I mean, of course, I could use effortless building or whatever. And then our fields are in for the most part. We'll probably walk through with a Harvest Goddess band just to get the remaining ones. I'll show you that. It should be pretty easy. And, get these fields in and get paid again. So we're below 1 million. I'd like to get EMC up a little bit more. And then on the house here, just kind of going over things. I've got it detailed out a little bit. I did build a second story. I've done some chisel work a little bit with the windows and just some cross beams and what have you. Put in a floor, so I've got concrete floor in here. And then I do have the second story. So I've divided off some rooms up here. A little bit weird of a staircase, but yeah, I've got a couple rooms here. So, they could be like bedrooms or banquet hall areas, VIP type areas. I mean, it depends on how much, gotta fix that, how much we want to do with, making it into, like I said, like a family restaurant type feel, that's just from farm fresh foods, but I'll use it as my temporary place to stay and all that in the meantime. But I'm working on just some concepts with the platforms mod too, where I'm going to have it probably won't be at this level, but I'm going to have various levels, I think, of wraparounds here with walkways up to them and stuff like that. That, has stalls and stuff on it is the thought. And then, like I said, like a parking lot back here, maybe some display stuff. So with the ultimate car mod, we may try to run a road up here. I'm not sure how we would do that exactly. Like if it would go, maybe make a tunnel that goes through there and comes up, something like that. So that'll be kind of off-camera work in progress, just exploration. We're kind of in a transitional period now where we have pretty much the main machines in the Techstack mod that you can work toward immediately. We do need to get the semi and its various trailers and stuff. We'll get into that, but you know, we need stuff to transport between. So a lot of this infrastructure has to be built up. And then we'll also need to work toward the laser miner, where we have to go to this dimension to get it. And you have to farm a whole bunch of wither skeletons. Let me see if wither skeleton skull has EMC. No. So, you know, see, we'll have to go and do all that. So I'm actually thinking we may try to use some of these tools, get some good protection and stuff like that, fire protection and all that, and build a wither skeleton farm in a fortress in the nether using these machines. That could be kind of interesting. I don't know. That's just a thought I had, but that might be fun to try. And, you know, using some of the explosives and stuff. I don't think there's explosive netherrack, though. So it might not work with it. Yeah, it might not work with it. I don't know. But of course we have Project E explosives too. So here is the setup that I figured out for the crusher. All right. So the crusher is what you use to do your blasted materials. And then I made this item. I had to explore this to figure it out, but called the screen. All right. And so the screen is kind of like a hopper. I don't know everything about it yet, but it was 2 diamonds, 2 pistons, iron bars, and iron, right? And it has a GUI in it. These are sides, obviously, north, south, east, and west. I don't know if that's a filter, like if you put something in it and you can filter. I guess we could try that real quick and see if that's what it is. I don't actually know. But if I get a chest, let's do that. Put it down. Okay. And let's say we put in a little bit of, did I have like blasted diorite or anything like that? I have blasted andesite. Let's try that. And blasted stone. Blasted diorite. All right, let's try that. And let's see if I can get some andesite and some diorite and split it. Andesite and diorite. Okay. Let's see if that's indeed what that is, if that's a filter. I mean, that makes sense. So if I said andesite's going, well, west and east. Well, let's see which one. It'd actually be north and south. So north and south. Let's see if that works. Okay, so fuel, I have a little bit. This takes regular fuel, so let's try to take some of our blasted andesite. Let's just, well, I already got it out. Let's use half a stack to start. And put this in there and that in there. Okay, so it pops out, and the good thing is my magnet doesn't grab it. Otherwise, it spits it into the world. My magnet grabs it. Okay, diorite, andesite. Yeah. Okay, so it's a filter. So yeah, you're just setting the filters to which directions that you want it to go. And it's pretty fast. You know, you can see it processes things pretty fast. So we could do our iron that way. And then in the mod, there's a conveyors. Now we have other conveyors, quite a few of them. We have them from Industrial Foregoing. We have them from Industrial Renewal. We have them from Magneticraft, but we also have these. So there's 2 levels, and 1 level takes that stalker hide, which I think is a thing in the bleak dimension that we'll have to work toward getting to. All right, so leather, redstone, and iron. So let's try to make one of those and see what it does. It's 4 leather. And then I think we're also going to start transferring over into Magneticraft a bit to process some of these ores. Okay, so this just looks like, you know, what you'd expect. See if it's directional. Okay. So move the player. Yeah. Move mobs. There's also the industrial mob shredder in here. Let's put down a couple more. So you get 4 per craft, and you know, I'm assuming it'll move items. Let's see if it takes. Yeah, see the magnet. Yeah, so it was pulling even though it wasn't. There you go. Okay, so let's see if the magnet will pick it up. Yeah, I mean the magnet, I can't even dump stuff. Okay, so that's a thing. The demagnetized mod that works with a lot of magnets obviously wouldn't work with this. It's not supported for that. I could maybe put the demagnetized block. There might just be a regular block, but I don't have that mod in here right now. But this is something maybe we'll look at. Again, we could use the industrial mob shredder and try to create a wither skeleton farm, potentially, the thing. So this is how we do our iron and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, if I just take the blasted iron and put it in there, I think I get chunks. Let's go ahead and do pretty much all of it. I mean, this is the machine to process. I might as well check and see if this stuff actually works in a furnace too, just to know. No. Okay. So it's got to be this guy, I think. Its turbo furnace might work. Oh, the filter. Yeah, the filter. So if you've got it filtered for something, then yeah, that's not allowed through. So it looks like only one item at a time is filtered. That's fine. But okay, let's see now. Our iron processing. I think it just will choose one, so it's going over here. So yeah, now we're getting iron dust, which you would process. Now this has a thing called turbo furnace. We may want to look at that, but we have to get the blueprint for it. So 8 steel ingots, turbo and turbo furnace. We may go over to the village in this episode and get the rest of that stuff, get the factory and get that stuff. Because, you know, we might as well try to keep in the production thing of the mod, but I do want to do magnetic craft. All right, but let's go ahead and do a harvest real quick. And like I said, I'm going to take the Harvest Goddess band, which we also need to get into the Ultimate Car mod, so I need to do that canola. But like this patch is done. Pretty much all this is in. There's a couple that aren't there. So again, if you're wanting to do a harvest quickly, you know, you just walking through with the Harvest Goddess band. And of course, you know, you could cheese it and get endless amounts of food that way, but that's not the idea. The idea is to grow the crops. But, you know, when we do want to do an on-camera harvest, it's better to just go ahead and finish them out. But the whole pack, you know, is about farming in a lot of ways, so we'll be doing multiple harvests and stuff like that. All right, so here's the combine. Let's throw some fuel in it. Bam. And get this guy going. Okay, it's harvesting. That's good. Okay, no problem. Okay, so everything went, yeah, in that bag. So 64, so a lot of barley. Not quite a stack of some of the other stuff. Okay. Missed a few. Or they weren't, surely they were fully grown. Okay. Yeah, it got all of those. So it doesn't look like that one maybe was grown. Yeah, it's an angle thing. It's always the third one I've noticed. I don't know why that is, but it's like the third one for me always screw up. Yeah, it's not picking up these at all. It does that. I'm telling you, there's a certain something that happens to it. I don't know what it is. And it's really, really hard to get it back. So you just kind of gotta... I don't know. But that's kind of frustrating. Alright, it started again. I do not know what that condition is that causes that. Techstack, if you're watching, you got any ideas, bro? I mean, I don't know. Once it picks them up, it'll grab them. But sometimes it has a serious problem picking up the crops. It just, for some reason, I don't know. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, I usually just try to swing right into them on the side. It's like if I try to line up straight, it just will not work sometimes. Whereas if you just stop at the end of a row and swing, you can usually get it. Alright, I got stuff flying all around me. So yeah, there was a couple not growing, it looked like. Alright, so what are we going to do about this now? It's trying to pull into the bag, not my inventory. Because they finally dropped on the ground. Wonder why it's not going into my main inventory. It's kind of odd. Oh, the magnet. Did it? Come on, guy. Stop. I wonder why it wouldn't go into my main inventory. Did I get them all? Alright, they'll follow me, I think. I have no place to store them at the moment. I'm gonna put them in this bag. Yeah, we're gonna have to work out storage big time. But yeah, you pull in a lot of crops, guys. And that's the idea. I go through and sell them, so I'm not really storing them, honestly. I'll store a group of them, probably. Make sure everything got picked up. Yeah, just these few that weren't fully grown yet. Okay, so there was some that didn't get picked up. Yeah, it's that black hole band, I guess, that's pulling everything in, but not going in my inventory. We may end up disabling that now, since we're not doing big dirt excavations. Of course, we're going to start getting into mining stuff more. But yeah, let's pull a lot of that into here. So yeah, lots of crops. So we should make a lot of money from that. So it was at every one of these that wasn't grown, yeah. So the Harvest Goddess Band didn't get them all. Those are grown. I'll probably remove them from the field before I do another harvest, probably. Just so that, you know, we don't get them mixed up if I make mistakes. But all right, cool. We should make a lot of money off of that, off of those crops. And I'll just have to go through into the shipping bin and just sell each one of those. Okay, so let's try to, before we go here, let's try to get some dirt. Oh, and some water buckets, quite a few of those. Like that many. And see if we can't get this thing filled in. It's not dirt, though, it's stone. Yeah, I want stone. Yeah, instead of dirt, let's get stone. Keep the dirt on me. Stone. And we'll see if this is a good method. I think it is. But I could use the, you know, builder's gadgets, or I could use effortless building to fill it too. But I want to see, my thoughts are to go from one side and move across. That's kind of my thoughts on that, on how to do this. So another thing that I figured out or thought of is that should be that liquid stone. Oh, up here. Liquid dirt, liquid podzol, liquid stone. Oh, it's lava. Okay, I mean, that makes sense, but makes no difference. I don't need to, I'll just get lava buckets instead. But that blasted stone has gravity to it. So we may be able to like dig a chamber underneath what we want to do and then blast it, and all the drops would fall down, or a lot of them. Let's not have lava in our hand. And we could gather them using methods. So maybe you'd have a line of torches. So we need to test and see if it actually acts like sand. Blocks that are floating. Okay. So we're going to want to, like I said, I think working from a side, like if I pour here, I'm going to go down in a straight line. I'm going to hit the bottom and spread out. You know, now stuff like this that it hits. Then it'll build a column of stone all the way down. I mean, I don't know that we need to do it from the top. Let's try one from the bottom, but I thought it would get more, but really it won't, because it'll just get a column, which is, you know, not a whole lot of use to. So let's see, once it goes down here, it'll spread out, starting there. So, you know, like I took and I put one right here. It's just going to spread out like liquid. I mean, it would take a lot of buckets to fill this. Let's see what it does with that lava over there. Looks like it's flowing over the top of it. So, I mean, that's okay. It does what I would expect it to do, but I just don't know that there's a way to really, like, do it quickly. So yeah, like I said, it'll flow like you'd expect, and you could just go through and create layer upon layer of this stuff, or I could just get a bunch of stone and use effortless building and fill. That's probably what I'm going to do. I just wanted to play and see if I could come up with methods to really utilize this stuff. I don't know. There's a thing called like a fluid gun. That's another mod that, you know, you might be able to do something with. But I really don't think this is going to be of much help, because you're just basically laying in a layer of stone, unless you know, created I don't know, if you did a stair step pattern. Let's see what that does. I think we're over time, guys. Let's just try this for a second, because again, this is, I'm trying to do, I always try to do different techniques so I can learn. You know, just filling it with effortless building is fine, but I already know how to do that. So what happens if I go here on a stair step? It'll go and it'll spread down over there. Yeah. So it's going to create a 3 wide column. And then if you let it spread out, and then break these, this gives you an effect. But like the dirt, like I could probably mine it. Yeah, I got to grab it before that happens. See, I just encased it, so that didn't do me no good. But I may be able to do something like that and then quickly vein mine the dirt once it spreads down. But see, there's a whole space inside of there. And you really don't want that because it mobs. Am I right though? I think there's a space in there, but that definitely gave us a much better spread. Much better. So, you know, you may be able to get it done that way, and then I could go in with effortless building and just do a cleanup. You know, just hit it and go across, and then it would fill in the areas that it missed, just so I don't leave little cave pockets or whatever. But yeah, that was a much better spread, and that was simple. Just do a little stair step. So I think that's how I'll do it, guys. I want to play with doing that, and then like I said, I could use effortless building to do a cleanup. Anyway, guys, I think that's going to be it for this episode. It was kind of just a transitional episode, talky one, and that's going to happen sometimes because you got to. But we're going to research going into Magneticraft and a little bit of more of Industrial Foregoing. Probably go and check out the Nether a little bit more, I'll go and pre-look at it. I do know where some fortresses are. They're not great fortresses. They're kind of dangerous. A lot of blaze spawners on the top, double blaze spawners in the 2 fortresses I found. But maybe we can make something work with that, because we do want, if we need to get, let's see, if we look at the bleak thing, you need the, here it is, collapsed. Okay, collapsed. So we have to have 5 nether stars and pistons. So 5 nether stars is 15 wither skeleton skulls, you know, to get the withers. And so we have to kill 5 withers. So that ought to be a thing to do. But anyway, that's going to be it. I hope you enjoyed it. Scatomato, have a great day. Singing in the rain. Bye-bye.